came up with all these warnings about graphics and stuff. Hey, their graphics are out of date. I hate Murloc Quest toys. Yo, Gordo, how we doing, man? Graphics quality is 1, it's still too hot for your computer? Oh no. Can I get the Murloc head, please? Doing well? Heck yeah, it's good to hear, man. Alright, let's do this. I can get my evocation if I need. Your graphics suck too? Can I go boom boom? 1 out of 12. Yo, Savetti HC. This annoyance graphics don't make a game better? No, they don't. It's just like, you know, look at like Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is such a good game. Diablo 2 is such a good game, and look at like Diablo 3 and even Diablo 4, it's being made. It just doesn't look like Diablo 2 at all. It's like so, you know, so cartoony, you know, like thick Murloc scale. I'd rather have that. We'll do that. You'll play a game that's pixelated, but you'll play a game with low graphics. You know, fair, right? There we go. I need better graphics. Isn't that called like VR? Imagine buying a VR just to read a book on the game.
Now at this point we're going to go 5 into Tranquil Spirit and strengths and weaknesses. Then we're going to move into quality of life and rotation at the different leveling brackets, so 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, so on and so forth. Then we're going to move into talent builds. Because Druids are a hybrid class, there are a ton of options on the table for you, and what you choose is going to depend on kind of your goals in the game, whether you want to maybe do a little more healing on the way to 60, or if you're just trying to you know, speed level as hyper efficiently as possible. I've also included some noteworthy pieces of gear you might want to consider as you level. Druids overall are very gear independent, but it's stuff that you might want to keep in mind. We're going to go over tips and tricks. Lots of really interesting stuff in this one, so let's get going. I got to quickly shout out the people that helped make this guide possible. For those of you who don't know, Druids are one of the most underrepresented and underestimated classes in the game. They are subject to a lot of stigma. The whole, you know, jack of all trades, master of none comes to mind. Also the whole hybrid tax. They're made to feel like they're not viable. And people have rallied around this underdog mentality. And there's a lot of really passionate Druid enthusiasts in the community. People like Mobia, Scylla, Skepticon, Unusual, Keftank, Tailspinner, Serendipities, Taladrill, and of course Shadow. And some of these people that you're seeing right here were invaluable to helping create this guide. The whole, you know, Druid Classic Discord was really fantastic. And, you know, these are people that, you know, actually crunch the numbers and try and push Druids to the absolute maximum potential. And they've really come up with some really valuable information. So let's get started. Class overview. I'm going to read this little thing that I wrote for you. So Druids are hyper-efficient Tier 1 levelers with low gear dependence and the highest movement speed in the game. Druids have excellent starting area progression in a fresh realm environment due to the reduced congestion of both Mulgore and Teldrassil. At level 10, Druids get a big power spike through Bear form, allowing them to kill faster and with higher sustain. Druids get Cat form at level 20, and soon after 2 out of 2 improved Cat form, or Feline Swiftness is the actual name, giving them an astounding 30% static movement speed increase when outdoors. This speed is incredibly valuable early on, and when paired with the ability to self-heal and prowl and go into Bear form when necessary, it just offers Druids so many advantages that no other class have. Druids are capable of competently performing as a tank, DPS, or healer throughout the entirety of the leveling process. Bear tanks have easy, on-demand, high AoE threat in the form of swipe, and also a threat table that's multiplicative as opposed to additive like a warrior. Cat DPS is quite strong during the leveling stages, gear independent. They offer great group utility in the form of a combat res, off heals, off tanking, and so on and so forth. As healers, Druids are best utilized alongside another member of the party that can freely resurrect, as they are restricted to a resurrection on a cooldown called Rebirth. It's the combat res that requires a reagent, so you can't just res whenever you want, which is kind of a bummer. But if you're paired alongside maybe a paladin or a shaman that can resurrect, Druids are fantastic dungeon healers. So let's move on to the pros and cons. So Tier 1 leveling speed. The reason why they're Tier 1 and they're right up there with Hunters are due to a couple different reasons. And we've seen this, we've seen this through some of the private servers in the past, how fast Druids can level. We've seen Druids 4 days played, and even server firsting, beating out Hunters. Server first Druids, it's a very real thing. So not only do they have the highest movement speed in the game, and it comes online really early, they have that really good starting area progression. Everybody is running around like headless chickens in the Valley of Trials and Elwyn Forest. They're able to get ahead of the pack starting on pre-level 10. And then their movement speed comes online so early with the Feline Swiftness that they're able to continue that snowball. And if you really know what you're doing when it comes to questing, this movement speed is going to translate into a lot of value. And the other main thing is that they're gear independent. So weapons for Druids are just stat sticks. The top end, the damage range, the DPS, it doesn't really matter for Druids because you have these animal forms and your damage is going to be, based on your animal form. So this is very different from classes like rogues, paladins, shamans, warriors, these melee classes that it's a big priority for them to keep their weapon relevant. And while warriors are trying to find groups to go get their whirlwind axe, or rogues are trying to get cruel barb, or whatever these classes are doing, Druids are just going. They're going with high movement speed and no downtime. And the other aspect of why they have no downtime, which we'll talk more about in a second, is your mana continues to regenerate while you're in animal form, even though you're using animal form abilities. And the reason is you're using either energy-based abilities in cat form or rage-based abilities in bear form. So we'll talk about the flow of combat, but because your mana is regenerating and you still get to use abilities, you're just able to continue the infinite value loop and heal yourself, go back to animal form. But we'll talk about that in a second. So amazing questers, low gear dependence, high sustain, strong self-healing, decent crowd control, can tank DPS or heal, can stealth. The different forms and skills you have offer a very fun, rewarding, dynamic gameplay. Hard to kill out in open world PvP. Druids are the de facto flag carriers in Morsong Gulch. They're very hard to lock down and kill. The cons is they have a slowish start from 1 to 10. The kill speed single target tends to slow down in the I think it slows down for pretty much every class though, but I definitely felt it more on a Druid. And the subpar grinding efficiency, this is not to say that Druids are by any means bad at grinding. They can really sustain indefinitely, but if I were to compare Druids to the other kind of tier 1, tier 2 levelers when it comes to pure grinding efficiency, they are going to fall behind. So, warlocks are able to juggle three, four mobs at the same time, dotting stuff, making your pet transition to the next target, being really proactive and lining up your next kill before spending your mana. You're at like 65% mana, right? Then you pop into cat form or bear form and you start engaging targets. You're going to kill maybe 2, 3, and then your mana is going to be approaching 100% again. Now, you don't want to be sitting there with 100% resources, right? So at this point, even if you're not low, it's ideal to pop back out to caster form and then again spend that mana on something productive, translate it into more aggressive damage on the next mob, or healing yourself, or whatever. And you're gonna kind of rinse and repeat. So you're just shifting in and out of animal forms, keeping that infinite value going. So we talked about the highest movement speed in the game with druids, right? You have travel form, you have cat form with feline swiftness. So that's, you know, a 30% increased movement speed in one form, 40% in another one, and then at level 40 you get apprentice riding. This is the this is where you get your 60% speed mount. So when is it going to be more efficient to ride your 60% mount to your next objective versus using travel form or cat form? Now, this is something that, you know, is interesting, you know, because you're dealing with, you know, 30% versus 60%, 40% versus 60%. The answer might surprise you. So there's a 3-second cast time when you decide to mount up, right? And then you get this increased movement speed. So if you plan to ride for 20 seconds, 21 seconds or longer upon finishing your 3-second mounted cast time, you should use your mount. But that's a long time, guys. That's a long time. So it's basically 24 seconds total. If you're going to travel somewhere and it's likely going to take less than 24 seconds, like 15 seconds or something, it's actually more optimal to go from point A to point B in travel form. And then the breaking point is a bit lower with cat, but it's interesting to think about. And those values are courtesy of Mobia in the Druid Classic Discord. Very smart guy. Alright, Druid specific tips. Not going to go through all of these, just a couple pages of them, but one that I'm going to point out is Teleport Moonglade. So mages, contrary to many people's opinion, aren't the only ones that can teleport in Classic WoW. Druids actually have a spell called Teleport Moonglade. You get it very early on, and it is really such a nice amenity to have. Now, it allows you to, it kind of offers you a second Hearthstone. So what you can do as a Druid is when you're out leveling, you can set your Hearthstone to wherever you're leveling at. Let's say you're in Stone Talon, you want to set it at that lodge, and then when you need to go back to a major city to go to a profession trainer or visit the auction house or train some skills, you can use Teleport Moonglade, train all your Druid skills in Moonglade, and then fly to Thunderbluff or whatever, and then visit that visit whoever you need to visit, and then, you know, then you're good to go. So that's really going to be valuable for you, and another reason why Druids can level so fast. So we talked about the mana regen and cat form. So shifting into a form counts as a spell, which will affect your mana regeneration, where shifting out does not. Be sure to save any pieces with intellect or spirit. It could be cloth, it could be whatever, as you're leveling, because it's always nice to have a healing set handy. Also, you know, this is more so the case with other classes that struggle with sustain, but swapping back and forth into a spirit set can help boost that out of combat time. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty much it for the Druid specific tip. So useful add-ons, Druid bar, that's what it looks like. That blue bar up at the top left, it's going to be a movable little mana bar that keeps track of your current mana. Then if you look down below, there's an energy tracker. This is going to be important. Rogues use this, ferals use this. It's, energy ticks every 2 seconds, right? So knowing when your resources are going to regenerate is going to be valuable.
Your Hearthstone outside the inn, as soon as you hearth, you could mount. How is that an advantage? I guess for speed levelers. Whoa! I turned in one quest, I'm already this high in level. That's the Midsummer Hearthstone? Hey, in my defense, my brain's not working right now. So, checkmate atheists.
You guys didn't even, some of you probably didn't know I even had this video. We will recover. This is what happened when this was boar number 2.
Inventory is full.
Oh, boy! I shall smite the wicked and put them in a fiery pit. Farewell, Nybor.
Oh, where's,
I can't carry anymore.
The amazing Leopard and the loot protect.
This friend. Let's see, hold on. Here's Melderon.
He was a proud, majestic bird,
Inventory is full.
a noble hunter, and a good companion.
That's Kachiri died in Swamp of Sorrows. Oh, here comes tactics. Baz.
Catchy 3 will be forever missed.
Baz.
Her screech was like no others.
I can't carry anymore.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Willie here. Today I wanted to put all the big concerns for TBC launch and beyond into one place. This will be much more geared towards asking questions and looking into how TBC will be rolled out, rather than trying to provide answers for everything.
Oh, then we had Iron Chicken Basket.
Gather round, my dear adventurers. I have a tale to tell of a best friend that was lost along the way today.
Where's so Lucky Long. Oh, here's Graze.
You were a good bird, and now you're alive. Godspeed.
It's so good. Video about classic TBC. Did we watch that? If we get on the flight path, I'll watch that. I just don't want to. I don't want to like from Willie. Let me pull it up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hold on. I can't pause it yet. 17 minutes. Yeah, that was Grace. He was a good bird. Cause that was when Grace hit level 60, he hosted me, and I had just gotten a new owl named and he wanted to name it Blaze. I let him name it, so he named it Blaze. Blaze ended up dying, but that meant he get the voice Blaze for the funeral. So he named me.
Inventory is full.
It was a lot of fun. I just need to finish the Murloc heads. I'll go back and do that. I'll post that video. Like I'll just make it. Only thing I want to add one thing to it, and I just want to put pictures of who's speaking, who's voicing it over that, so people will know. But then I want to put that video out. That'll be a good time. Does consider these for launch? Yeah, we'll watch that here in a little bit, Svetska. Would you guys want to watch that with me as we quest and stuff?
Inventory is full.
You're streaming to Druid at the moment? Oh heck yeah, heck yeah. Having a ball. Dude, this song puts me in such a good mood. Are you saying that so I won't get you in trouble? Wait, how did you just respawn on me? You got your flu shot today? Your poor arm. Dude, okay, so listen. Growing up, anytime I would get a shot, my dad would he would rub it, right? Like you're supposed to spread the medicine out. And then he would punch it. Straight up just punch my arm. But then, no. I would tell him my arm hurts. Don't rub it, that's terrible, really? Well, he would, my arm would be hurting, right? He would go and he would grab my other arm and punch it to take my mind off of the arm that was hurting. And if that didn't work, you basically just don't tell your dad, or don't tell my dad that that you're like your arm where you got your shot was hurting, because he'll like pinch you. Rubbing muscle injection speeds up absorption. Thought that was the goal. Like back, you don't give them a oh, you give them the muscles to delay it. Oh, really? Okay, it makes sense. Going fast uptake. Yeah, that actually does make sense. So if you get one like the armor and like the thigh, don't rub it. But if you get one on like the, like the rear end or something, rub it, right? Because that's, well, I guess that's a lot of muscle too. Never mind. Like I swear, I got a steroid shot once, and I went to ride home and I couldn't even like sit down on that side. It was painful. Don't rub any. Just stop rubbing it. That's all Svet's gonna say. Is stop rubbing it. Don't rub it at all. Literally. Okay. All right. Fine, Svetska. You had a patient who you're teaching injection to, she would wipe it off with alcohol, then blow on it? Okay, see. Yeah. You're blowing on it, then you're just, like, it's not clean anymore. You gotta wipe it again. I know that. Can I get 11? There we go, got 11. Got a diabetic who gave himself his shots through his jeans.
Inventory is full.
Flint in your injection, please, for 500, Alex. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you, with tourniquets, because I went through some tourniquet training, right? And they're saying now, this came from a guy that works like in Vanderbilt hospital, right? Like the emergency room Vanderbilt stuff. He's saying nowadays that doctors have had tourniquets on patients for like up to 8 hours without tissue damage. What kind of tourniquets? Like cat tourniquets, right? Like, obviously, if you don't need to, because I mean, I never thought about it, but if you're doing like, you know, like tourniquets, that you probably use them in surgery, right? Like certain surgeries, I would imagine. To shut blood flow off. You can leave any tourniquet on or in place for a maximum 2 hours if applied correctly. You were bored and tying tourniquets on each other, and your hands were turning blue and stuff. Well, I don't know. It's gonna take a while for you. Like, okay, putting a tourniquet on, your hands gonna start tingling. It might even get warm, right? And you're actually, if you do it right, and you're actually gonna not be able to feel like a pulse. if you feel a pulse, you didn't do it right. You gotta put it, it's not doing any good. But they don't feel good either. After 2 hours, muscle damage begins. After 6 hours,
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, let's do this. See, they were saying they, that... Well, okay, so the idea is, like, obviously emergency tourniquets, that's not something you're going to be worried about, right? So, tingling is the acidity of the blood rising. Ooh. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. Definitely, too, the big rule is once you put it on, you are not taking it off. It's not, you know, it's gonna, we'll let you guys do it. Otherwise, the acid rushes, right? I don't know.
Hello. See you around.
Inventory is
Release all those toxins, released from the muscles into the bloodstream, which causes kidney failure. There you go, that makes sense. Alright, I'm gonna let him get in combat with him so he'll stop and fight.
Hello.
He's big brain over here? Well, that's his job. Yeah, that's why I'm asking, like, that's his job to know those things. I know a little bit of it, but nothing like calls for help. Screw you. Yeah, see, like, I don't know who he was. He does surgeries like, you know, like severe trauma surgery, stuff like that. And, he basically said that, like, nowadays, like, trauma, or, like, tourniquets, you know, they'll leave them on a lot longer than people thought they could in the past. Because right now, people are, if you look at, like, something with, like, people putting tourniquets on, they're like, he's gonna lose his leg. And it's like, yeah, that's not really, if you do it right, you know, it's not really gonna be the case. Now, if you put that on and just, like, leave it on for, like, a day, yeah, or, like, you know, just allow small amounts of arterial flow. You apply CAD right. Oh yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Whenever we went to do that, because we had to put them on. We had to put them on, right? And he said, "I'm gonna tell you." He said, "You're gonna be able to do 3 turns." And he said, "I know you're gonna say you can't, but you can." Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. And he's like, "Yeah, you definitely can." And they came by to, they come back. They would come by and check and see if you had a pulse or not. If you had a pulse, they took it off and made you do it again in front of it. And it hurts even like just as much taking it off as it does putting it back on. Because think of like emergency brake, right? You pull the emergency brake back. So when you want to release it, you have to push the button and pull back even more just to release it, right? Same thing with a tourniquet. You twist, or like you put the strap on, but then you have the twist, right? You twist it once, twist it twice, twist it a third time, and put it under the little clamp, right, to lock it. When you want to release it, you have to get it out of that clamp and then let go. And yeah, it's not fun. I think tourniquets are pretty cool. I think everyone honestly should know how to equip one. See, the whole like unless you're like Svetska maybe, you know how like you'll see people like trying to tie a belt around someone's leg. Obviously it has the right idea, but that's not really gonna work. Do local schools for this stuff now? Yeah, that's good. That's good to have, I think. Is that gonna attack him? Resist frostbite, huh? Drilling into people's bones, so much fun. I don't know about fun now. Remind me to share you a story later. Alright, here we go. Alright, after this, we're going to turn all these quests in. Dang it, I have to turn that again too. I think we do that. Actually, I don't know. If I say you do alpha trauma on a chicken corpse, it was funny seeing needles sticking out of every vein possible. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna go turn this in before I go. Don't apply tourniquets to... Oh, yeah, of course. Well, I guess it's one of those things, like, you hope you would never need to say that, but, you definitely do. Also, I had to do the naso, yeah, those are interesting. But his head was bleeding. Put pressure on it. That's about all you can do. Sucks to suck. Nasal rockets, yeah, I guess if you shoot it out, right? But one of those, you're looking to do it if they're unconscious or you know, shove the tampon in the nose, inflate with air. Nasal trumpets, yeah, just to keep the airway open, if you know. Yeah. Nasal pharyngeal airway device things. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know what those are, it's like a tube that's like this long. You basically measure from the earlobe to like the nose, and it has like an opening on the top. It's like a flat opening at the end, and you like lube it up and stick it in the nose. As a never measured, just shoved it in and hoped. I mean, yeah. When it comes down to it, are you gonna, you know, freak out a bit? It's like, if it's short, see, the whole idea is it's gonna go behind the tongue in the throat. If it's too short, it's not gonna do anything. They're just gonna choke on it, you know. But if they're passed out, they're not gonna choke on anything. Okay, I could go... You know what? Okay, hold on. We're gonna do this. Trust me, chat. We're gonna go down to Gadget Zen. We'll sell, we'll go down here, do that, then come back and fly to Dust Swallow, turn all that in. Because I think it might make me want to go back to that, to the Mage Hut.
Yo! Be good. Time is money, friend. Keep it real.
Worked at DMC, started COVID, and you have 4 people, 1 vent. Oh, man. You had one use their Bloods lube. Yeah, that's kind of the idea of the use theirs. If you don't have like, yeah, never mind. We can't. I don't want to. I don't. Some people aren't as comfortable with that conversation. You know what I'm talking about, though. Okay. Oh, you would have liked that training though. Oh, do we want to watch this video? Hold on, can I don't know. We might watch it when we're on the end of our stream and stuff. So let me save that. I'm gonna throw it in the TBC wedding room chat. That way I can close it from there. Yeah, it's Nom Nom. I'm running Scarlet Monastery with him Sunday, so I think he's at the level cap on his warrior. Yeah, he's close, so I think he's slowing down. So he's on a Feral Druid, which is 17. So are you taking a break from your 35? Hidden secrets. I think keep your secrets. You can't get into Warlock? That's fair. 30 is where it picks up though. Get the scoop. What scoop? What is this? Is it? Do I need to do this quest? Bradley. It's a level 30 quest. I'm confused.
This client is a retired woman from Florida who has seen a podiatrist but says they did nothing for her, and that's why she decided to make the trip to Michigan. She has to wear really big shoes that are way too big for her feet so her feet don't hurt so bad. I posted the right foot a few weeks ago and it generated so many views in its first week. I'm sure people thought the thumbnail was clickbait, but remember, I don't do drama. I show real work on real people who need help, and I share it with the world to help other people who are having similar problems and give them hope. You will find all kinds of useful information in today's video, so enjoy. I'm Lori Holloway, known as the Meticulous Manicurist on YouTube and an expert in the field of nail technology, specializing in pedicures. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications in case you are chosen as the winner in the random comment game.
Do you wear those shoes a lot?
Yes. Because I have neuropathy. And I either wear these or they're...
Okay, you can go ahead and put these feet in the water. Is that too warm?
No.
Okay.
You can see that just by soaking her feet in warm water, so much of that buildup is ready to be exfoliated. And after I add the cuticle remover and the callus remover to the bottom of her feet, it makes it so much easier.
Screen right there that mirrors this screen to that, so you guys can watch what I'm doing. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
So we can expect that the next time we come?
So just let your feet go down. I'm gonna get in between that toe.
When cleaning around the nails with the cuticle pusher, it's safe to pull off any skin that is turned absolutely white. It should be loose and come off pretty easily. Their feet might be a little bit sensitive because no one's been touching their feet or paying attention to their feet in a long time. Just go slow, don't press too hard. We just need to see better, so we have to get all of this extra out of the way.
What brings you here?
Now when there is a lot of buildup like this, I can use this cuticle pusher just to pull off this excess skin that's on this surface off too. Remember, this is just excess exfoliated skin cells that have re-dried and are sitting on the surface of the skin. This is not nail fungus on the side of her toes. She does have a little bit of nail fungus in her toenails, but this is not fungus.
Look at his little tongue. He's so cute.
She has her little dog with her today. I think I show you a picture in this section of what he looks like.
So take you long to edit those?
Takes about 5 hours of video.
I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't do it. Now, are those your acrylic nippers or no?
We just have one. You can use these for acrylic, but they're toenail nippers.
Oh,
That's what the package
heard you say
says.
the acrylic nippers.
Maybe in an old video.
No, they are.
Our new nippers are coming in the mail today. We increased the strength of the steel. So no toenail should bend it ever. It'll be awesome.
How much are those going to sell for? Don't you know yet?
They're $23.99.
I know I tried to order a pair, or buy a pair. He says, don't have any.
It'll be here today.
You want a drink? Yep. I have to take them outside for it, right? Do you want to?
I'm out of range.
Well, they don't. They don't have.
Yeah, at the water cooler right outside around the corner here, there's paper cups and plastic cups.
I know.
Ticklish.
Well, that's really good jump. got his goggles on? No.
He's got a hood.
I couldn't believe how much construction is going on.
All the building around
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, can I see it for a second? I'm just gonna hold it underneath here so everybody can see who we're talking about. It's adorable.
His name is Mr. Butters.
Who is that? This is mommy make me look silly.
I have a self-care tip for those of you who, when you get out of the shower, can't reach your feet to dry them off. Typically, when you can't dry off the skin or scrub the tops of your feet while you're in the shower, when you get out of the shower, any of the skin that has gotten softened, it just dries right back on the surface of your skin. So take a towel, throw it down on top of your foot, and then use your opposite foot to rub the towel onto the top of your foot and rub in between your toes as best you can to get off that buildup of skin. And before I finish getting off all of the rest of the skin, it is going to need to go back into the water and soak again because the surface layer got soggy and came off easily, but after we scraped off that surface layer, more of it does need to get a little bit more pliable.
In this chair.
I'm gonna test some of my regular viewers who can tell me from memory from my past videos what this buildup that is stuck under her nails is composed of. Give me at least 3 things that you think is in this material underneath her toenail.
There's a Mr. Butters dog hair.
She found a Mr. Butters dog hair in there.
It happens. Carpet buzz.
Sock lid.
Yep. This will probably be the most satisfying before and after ever.
Cool. I just think it feels so good. There you go. Yeah, when I watched your videos, I was just cringing. Not me.
It doesn't hurt at all. It's just gentle cleaning. Encouraging, softening the skin, encouraging it to come away from the surface. Using the removers to dissolve it. Wiping it away.
In the video of her right foot, I got a lot of comments from people saying that she needs a medical doctor or a podiatrist and not a manicurist. And you guys need to know that podiatrists and medical doctors do not do cleaning of the feet. That is the true definition of what a manicurist's licenses them for. This is our job. So she does not need medical treatment. She doesn't have any medical conditions other than extreme buildup and she isn't able to reach her feet, so somebody needs to help her clean and
This
exfoliate
vibration might
the
take
buildup
over
on her
any of
feet.
it.
And the little bit of nail fungus that she has in her nails isn't a medical condition
Oh, those
either.
are
It's a
dangerous.
cosmetic condition. And she's going to take home some products to use on her nails, and her feet will be good as new in no time.
While you're using it, you
Yeah,
can
but
turn
the lowest variable speed on those is like way too fast.
And he says,
You'd cut your toe off.
what thing do you want? I said, the finest one